Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the bilingual channel Decoding Long. I'm Long here, a post-Beckton educator with over 6 years of experience of teaching mathematics. Still, we are going to slice it, decode it, and crush together. Still, if you are a student who happens to come across my channel, I truly hope you can take just 3 seconds time to hit a like and subscribe button. The small gesture means a lot and helps you stay updated with the latest lessons I will be sharing here. Look at Long unchanged cloth here. I am staying with you all to do mathematics revision together overnight. In the final 48 hours, if you love mathematics, I recommend you to try to enjoy at least 2 or 3 more sets of try paper 1 for getting the muscle memory of answering the multiple choice questions. Believe me, it's definitely help you to earn A+. Anyway, here I mainly help you solve the possible hot questions on paper 2. Now, please refresh yourself at washroom. Spend the time to listen to this episode because I want to talk about the question involving histogram, midpoint, and skewness of distribution. If you are ready, here we go.
Hi, good morning. Welcome back to the bilingual channel Decoding Long. And in this episode 8, Long is to help you to solve this question. And the question is actually extracted from the Gano Trial Paper 2 under section B. The question number is 15. And the question is involving the measures of dispersion for group data. And for me, the level of difficulty for this question is just easy or even slightly intermediate only. Alright, look at here. The table 5 shows the running time of 200 athletes who participated in the marathon for 8 km and zone journey 2 months ago. And the sub-question 8 is, you must know how to complete the table 5 in the answer space. And this question will give you 2 marks only. However, don't underestimate these 2 marks, because if you are not able to find these correct answers, you won't be able to find the correct answers for the rest of the sub-questions. Okay, so the information provided by the question are the running time in terms of minute and the cumulative frequency right here. And on the third and fourth column, you must know how to find the frequency and midpoint one by one. Okay, before I start this question, I have to tell you all that, let's say you have explored some trial papers recently. I believe that you found that there's a similar question on the Kerda trial paper 2. And this question is expressed in dot plot. However, the way you solve the question is about the same. And still, you must know how to draw the histogram right here. Okay, similarly, I also found that there's another similar question on the SABK trial paper 2. And you can find that the information are given to you, midpoint, frequency, and the groups. However, you still need to find the histogram. Otherwise, you won't be able to earn full marks on this question. Therefore, I believe that histogram will play an important role on the coming real paper. Okay, let's start now. Okay, how should I find the frequency one by one? Alright, the formula is very simple. It is the current cumulative frequency minus the previous cumulative frequency. Based on the first row, the previous cumulative frequency must be 0. Okay, actually it's starting from 0, and this is a theory. And you can just do a simple subtraction. The result is 3. Alright, remember, still there's a soft remember to all of you. Please take out a calculator during the section. If you don't have a calculator, you won't be able to train, okay, in the last minute for the coming paper. Okay, believe me. Okay, so let's continue. How to find the second frequency? The current cumulative frequency is what? 53, am I right? And then what about the previous one? It's 3. Then you just do a simple subtraction again, and the result is 50. Okay, it's very simple, right? And please keep doing the same thing. What about the third row? Remember still, calculator must be with you right now. Is 100 minus 53 equal to 47. So far so good, all of you. Let's say you fully understand about how to find the frequency one by one. Please do so for the rest of the frequencies. Then the result is 42 on the next. And what about the remaining 3? They are 28, 18 and 12. Remember, still, cumulative frequency, the current cumulative frequency minus previous cumulative frequency is equal to the current frequency. Okay, please keep doing it one by one. And what about the midpoint? The midpoint is, remember, the formula is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Even though you can find this formula on the first page of exam paper, still, my philosophy is, please remember, memorize, or even bear in your mind, so that you won't waste your time for flipping the exam paper. Okay, because time is precious during the exam time. Alright, then look at the first group. The lower limit is what? 21 is it? And then the upper limit is 25. And please get the sum and divided by 2. Then the result is 23. I believe that the way we calculate is very easy for all of you, so I won't explain so much about it. But remember, please memorize this formula so that you won't waste the time. Okay? And please keep doing the same thing. And what about the second row? 26 plus 30 is equal to 56, am I right? And then 56 divided by 2 equal to 28. Okay, clear, right? And why not we try again by using the third row or the third midpoint? That is 31 plus 35 divided by 2. Still, reminder to all of you, calculator review. Okay, that is equal to 33 for the third midpoint. Okay, so down to here, actually we find that, let's say you learn Form 2 mathematics well, especially the chapter 1 of Form 2 mathematics, which is about sequence and pattern, am I right? Then we can find that the pattern for the midpoint is plus 5 all the way. Okay, since that we know for each group the range are even, then actually we don't need to waste the time anymore by doing this calculation. Okay, then we can just simply put plus 5 all the way until finding the last midpoint. So the result are 38, 43, 48, and 53. Boys and girls, so far so good. Okay, let's say you have no issue. I believe that you are able to earn these 2 marks right now. Okay, then once we have obtained all data after these calculations, then we are able to solve the second sub-question right now. And what is the second sub-question? Okay, let's read the question together. For this part of the question, use the graph paper and using a scale of 2 cm to 5 minutes on the horizontal axis and 2 cm to 5 afflicts on the vertical axis. And please draw the histogram for the data. Okay, alright, look at the right hand side. There's a graph paper for you. Okay, remember, how do you define this 2 cm? Remember, 2 cm is equal to the sum of the 10 small grids. Okay, the 10 small grids, right? So as long as you are able to see these 10 small grids and it's equal to 2 cm in length. Okay, so now we are going to use the ruler. Remember, let's say you have the hard copy graph paper. Please get ready and try on the spot right now and use the ruler to draw these 2 axes, the vertical and horizontal axes. And after that, please start labeling the numbers along the axis. And we start with the vertical axis first. Since we know that the scale for the vertical axis is 2 cm to 5 afflicts, right? Then remember, at the corner between the vertical and horizontal axis, we have to make it 0. Okay? And the label must be frequency. So far so good, all of you. Clear, right? And then remember, the way we label the or plot the values is starting from the bottom to the top on the vertical axis. Okay, we must know this step. Otherwise, right, you may plot wrong values along the vertical axis. Okay, then the next number is 5 because we know that for every 10 grids or 2 cm, it increases by 5 at least. And keep doing the same thing until that you are able to fill out the frequency on the table. Okay, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So far so good, all of you. Okay, it's not a big deal, right? Okay, we are going to find the values on the horizontal axis right now. Since we know that the scale is 2 cm to 5 minutes, therefore after 0 it must be 5 as the next number. Sorry, it must be 23. Okay, starting from 23, because right, we know that the graph paper is limited, and why not we can make a start from 23 first after 0. Okay, 23, 28, 33, 38, 43, 48, and 53. And remember, the label is running time bracket minute. So far okay, huh? Okay, so what about the first? Sorry. So the first bar is, since we know that the frequency is 3 only, and for every single 2 small grids is equal to 1 as a frequency. Therefore, from 0 up to the 6th small grid. And then remember, when you draw the bar, make it even. Okay, and leave a space here so that there's no conflict at all. And we utilize 10 small grids horizontally and 6 small grids vertically, so that the first bar is drawn like this. Okay, alright. So what about the next bar? The next bar is for 50 as frequency, am I right? So it's quite easy because right, there's a label 50 here, and just look at the label precisely, and then you are able to draw the bar in the same width. Remember, the bar must be in same width, otherwise you get a mark deduction on this part. Okay, so you can hear right, the top is 50. And what about next one? The third bar is for 47, am I right? Then remember, up to here. So how to recognize where is the 47 as the top? Okay, after 45, you just calculate extra 4 small grid, that's all. Okay? And then what about the next one? 42. And use the same theory. After 40, find the extra 4 small grid, okay, on top. So therefore, you are able to draw the bar up to 42 in the same width. And what about the fifth? 28, am I right? Then still, okay, let's say you want to use another way to find 28 as the top of this bar. Okay, why not we look at here, 30. So from 30 as the label, then we are going to calculate the extra 4 grids down to here. Okay, then the top is 28 for this bar, and we can use the same theory. The next bar is for 18, am I right? Then 18, starting from 20, down by 4 small grids. Therefore, the answer is here. And what about the last one? Last one, we use back the original one. Then, since it's a 12 as frequency, then we can make a start from 10, and then figure out 4 extra small grid here, and then get the top for the last bar. And therefore, a whole histogram are completed. Alright, so far so good overview. And this is the 4 marks question. Alright, the first mark is from how you draw the vertical axis and horizontal axis with correct labels and plotted values. And then you must be able to draw each bar correctly on this histogram so that you are able to earn these 4 marks. Okay, so far so good, no issue, right? Okay, once you have correctly drawn this histogram, and the last sub question will be easier for you. Otherwise, you won't be able to obtain the correct results on the last sub question. And what is the last sub question? Based on the graph drawn in sub-question B, state the shape of the distribution for the data. And also, please calculate the percentage of participants who runs for more than 45 minutes. Okay, the first sub-question, okay, is only 1 mark. And how do you find it? Okay, please flip your textbook on the page 204. And you can see there are 4 types of the shapes, am I right? And we can find here on the histogram that we have drawn just now is under what kind? Actually, obviously, it is right skewed. Okay, because right, you can see starting from 0 and then it suddenly rise up to the top and then gradually going down to the right. So when you see this pattern of this skewness and the whole histogram is right skewed. Okay, it's quite easy. So 1 mark is given to you if you are able to recognize it. Remember, don't forget to flip your textbook sometimes before the real exam starts on next Monday or 2 days later. Okay, what about the last sub question? Please find the percentage of participants who runs for more than 45 minutes. Okay, the thing is quite easy. We know that the frequency that represents more than 45 minutes are 18 and 12. Okay, let's say you are not so sure, please look at the groups. Okay, you can just draw the partition here and then you can see, right, this separated, and as long as we are able to find the frequency that represents more than 45 minutes and then get a sum there, and then we will know that the number of participants for this group based on the question itself. And after that, we are going to do what? Okay, get the total number of participants, and that's very easy. We can find the total number of participants on this question on the last row of the data, which is 200 people. And in order to find the percentage, we are going to put 30 on top as the numerator over 200 as denominator times 100%. Okay, alright, and this is a primary school manualist, right? The result is 15% only. So this is the end of this question. I hope that you all can be very familiar with how to deal with the question involving drawing histogram and finding the skewness of distribution. And remember, once you get correct histogram, and you must be able to read the data from the diagram and from the table. Okay, that's all about this question.
Well, here's the end of the episode 8. Tonight, I'll upload another episode to explain one more hot topic. Right now, as promised, I'll upload another 2 more episodes before next Monday. Once again, please like and click subscribe button so you won't miss the updates. Thank you for watching it and see you tonight. And guys, please don't forget to take breakfast later. Keep fighting. Goodbye.